YouTube, it's me, Joe, from Joe's Thought of the Day. I know I've been doing Thoughts of the Day for a while. It's because I've been having doctor issues. I've been going getting blood tests and x-rays and stuff like that, but I'm back, and boy, do I have a Thought of the Day for you guys. Recently, a lot, I've been looking up the male rights movement, because I think there should be a male rights unit movement. There definitely should be. If you look at the way the world is designed right now, it is totally designed for women. And we're not talking about just, just from everyday things. It's okay for women to pick and prod at guys on TV shows. It's okay for them to put us down for being stupider than them. It's okay for them to put us down that we can't do anything and they can do it all. And if a man does that, it's horrible. It's taboo. It's wrong. We're not allowed to be that way. Not only that, let's look at schools. You'll go to any school, and they will proudly say that we do not foster a competitive atmosphere here, and they'll say it with pride and smile. Most psychologists will tell you that boys thrive in a competitive environment. So, in other words, our schools are happily saying they don't provide an environment for boys to come to their full potential. Yet they do for girls, because girls thrive in a non-competitive atmosphere. Boys thrive in a competitive atmosphere. So we're not doing anything to make boys thrive in our public schools. We're not doing anything to see them be what we've naturally became to be. You know, if you believe in the Bible, if you believe in Christianity like I do, you believe men are the way they are because God made us that way. Even if you believe in atheism and you believe in evolution and stuff like that, we evolved to be a certain way. We evolved to be competitive. Women didn't. And when you start taking those things away from us, you start taking away our ability to be able to be taught or trained as well as women. And that's unfair. But if we go on, let's look at how I was watching a male rights activist, and he was on Fox News, and he's talking, and the women can over-yell him and talk bad about him and everything else, and they try to deny that women don't, from a young age, and this is what he was saying, and he was totally right. From a young age, women are taught that, pretty dresses, pretty cars, this, that, and everything else, and boys are taught that they're going to have to keep girls happy. If you're a feminist out there and you're watching this, how many dates do you pay for? How many dinners do you buy the guy? How many guys do you go up and ask out? But yet, we're equal? Oh, now hold on. If a woman says a man sexually harassed her, there's reason for concern. If a man says it, he's obviously lying. If a man hits a woman and she calls the cops, he goes to jail. If a woman hits a man and he calls the cops, he's a bitch and everybody laughs about it. And we know that's what happens. Even the cops laugh about it. You called the cops on your wife hitting you. It's still domestic violence. It's still wrong. But does it matter? No, because women get away with more. When men and women get divorced, women get the kids, women get the house, women get the money instantly unless they've done something horribly wrong. Every time we see in culture, it's not women that are getting picked on anymore, it's men. And then you talk to women about this and they just simply justify it by, you men picked on us for years, so it's okay for us to pick on you. It's ridiculous how us men have not stood up for our rights, and we need to start standing up for our rights. We don't have a clever enough word like meninism, but we need male rights, and we need male rights activists. We need more of them. We need more young kids getting the idea they need to go to college and start working on male rights, just like feminists did back in the 70s. We need that now. Because, and what women don't understand, especially these feminists, there are whole movements happening, like the sexist, or men that are just on strike and refuse to marry. What's the point in marrying a woman that when she divorces you, she gets all the money, she gets everything, she gets all the stuff, and you're screwed? Why get married? And because of feminism, you're breaking down the, I should say, third party feminism, or because I agree with women having rights. I'm not stuck back in the 1920s, of course, and think that we should be able to beat our women with sticks and stuff, and they have to mind us and do what we say. No, but marriage is an equal partnership, not the woman running everything. And as soon as she gets upset, it's all the guy's fault, and she's going to leave him. If a woman goes out and cheats on a guy, oh, it's because he wasn't giving her what she wanted at home. If a guy does it, it's because he's a dirty dog. If a man goes out and get a prostitute and somebody says, oh, prostitution isn't a victimless crime. Oh, yes, it is. The prostitutes are the victims. So are the people getting the prostitutes. If you think about it, a woman is playing on a man's natural. Again, if you're an atheist, you totally have to side with me on this, because they're playing on our natural evolution of wanting to spread our seed. It's a natural genetic thing, and then they prey on that from us. Oh, but they're the only ones that are the victims. Constantly, men and women, men are always put out as this predatory, hurtful thing, and women are these meek, wonderful creatures. So much so that when I watch this male rights activist and he's talking, the woman says, well, if you asked a man about would he rather have his car or his kids, he'd say his car. That's horrible. Just to let you know, Trish, that was on that show on Fox, probably will never watch this, but the truth is, I'm a single father. I take care of my children. I keep my home cleaner than most women do nowadays. I know how to sew, crochet, knit, and I know how to change oil. How about that? Stick that in your feminist crack pipe and smoke it. And I'll teach my son how to crochet and knit and change oil, as well as my daughter. And I'll also teach them that men and women have different places. We are equal, but separate. You cannot compare a man to a woman. It's not a fair judgment. People want to say that women should get paid as much as men. Men don't get maternity leave. Men don't leave for 9 months in a row. Men don't do that. Women do. Women get special rights too that men don't get. Women can be mentally ill and serve on Congress. If you don't believe me, check out my next video that all women are mentally ill, because it's true. All women are mentally ill at least for 1 week out of every month. But yet they're allowed to do things that men can't do. Through affirmative action and everything else, women with bad grades can go to college. A white male couldn't do that. No. It's insane. The way that men are treated is horrible. They are taught from a young age that it's okay for women to put them down, for women to talk bad about their gender, for women to say and do whatever they want, but if they say something bad about a woman, they're a horrible person. Yet, most women, here's the funny thing, they say they want the white knight, the guy that will listen to all their problems and hear them out. How come 80% of women are going out with thugs? The gangster that's screwing 5 girls down the street that could give a crap about her? Or they're going out with a meek little guy that they end up cheating on. And as average guys, most of us are going, screw it. Video games and porn. Who needs a girl? Sex robots will be here soon. Who needs a woman? And that's what's dangerously close. See, I believe the end of the world's near because of all the crap that's going on in the news and everything else. So it's almost irrelevant, but it still gets me pissed off. But if you truly don't believe in all that stuff and you think life's going on just peachy, look at what's really going to happen. Sex bots, pornography, and men don't need women no more. Yeah, that's a real thing. And it's not even that big of a deal because we're already overpopulated. So what if a whole generation of guys, half to 70% of us just say, screw it, I'm done with women. I can get a sex bot for $5,000. I can watch all the porn I want, and I can play video games all day. Who needs to worry about spending my cash, my time, and my effort on a broad? And there are a lot of guys from especially the generation just below mine that are doing that. They're tired of it. They're like, I'm done. Why worry about it? And you can't blame them. Women constantly demasculate men. We're not allowed to be competitive because that's considered to be wrong. Even though, a million years of evolution has made us competitive for a reason. Men and women are equal, but they are separate. I mean, common sense will tell you that women are better at multitasking than men are. But another thing is my wife, my ex-wife, she told me once, because I'm a big fat guy. You know, I'm fat, I'm big. About 100 pounds more than when we were married, but I was still pretty big and fat back then. She goes, I can outrun you. I'm skinny and fit. Nah, I was down the block, you know, at least half a block ahead of her, and she walked every day and was very athletic, and I was a set on my ass type of, play video games type of guy like I am now. Still beat her down the block. Why? Because I'm a man. Our muscles set on the outside of our frame. We can run faster. We're generally stronger. And then you get these stupid feminists that go, oh, well, how about Jackie Joyner Kersee could run faster than you, and this person, this person, this person. Yeah, of course they can run faster than my fat behind. They're athletes. But hey, can they run faster than, you know, the Bolt? No. Who's the fastest person in the world right now? A man. Who has average higher IQs on average? Men. Who has the highest IQ in the world? A woman. Little old woman. I think she's like 80-something years old and lives in Texas. But still, the bottom line is we're equal. Yes, I believe men and women are equal. I don't think we should treat women wrong. But we're different. We have different talents. Men are naturally better at certain things than most women are. Women are naturally better at certain things than most men are. Me, I'm a little different myself, and people break the molds. When I say mostly or generally, or when people say mostly or generally, one person gets offended and goes, look, you might not be the general. You might not be the mostly. But mostly, yeah. Generally, women are a little bit better at parenting than men. In my case, nuh-uh. I got my kids full time. She picks them up on the weekends. She parties. She goes off and has fun. She's the one that left. So I guess that doesn't fit into the feminist plight or execution, does it? But yet, you guys don't think about that. How about when you go in, like when I filed child support on my ex-wife, it said, where does he work? Where does he live? What is his last known address? What is his last known phone number? The paperwork doesn't say the other parent, the other party, the other parental unit. It says him and he. As if all that might need to pay child support is a man. That it can't be completely possible that a man's raising his children and a woman needs to pay the child support. And you know what they went and did? I filed. And then they took money out of my check because they presumed I was being the guy and that the paperwork was just written wrong by her, and gave her the money and never paid it back to me. Well, she never did. I took it back to court, and the judge at least made them pay it back to me. But isn't it horrible that we live in a society like that? That women can do and say whatever they want? And what about that? Strippers and hookers? Yeah, people paint them out to be these poor women that are abused by men, but aren't they the ones going out looking for men? Aren't they the ones? I mean, if they weren't there, we couldn't go find them. I mean, if girls weren't going to the strip club to make money, then the guys there couldn't make money off the strippers. If there was no strippers, if there was no hookers on, you know, the internet, on places like Backpage or escorts as they call themselves, or hoes walking down the strip like down here on Stockton Boulevard, well, then guys couldn't go find them, could they? If they weren't there, they couldn't find them. So they're obviously putting themselves in that position. They're the ones that made the choice to either get addicted to a drug or just want a higher lifestyle. Most of the elite escorts, they're not drug addicted. They don't have pimps. They're escorts. They're freelance girls. And they're victims in the crime? No. The men they're dating are victims too. But we don't talk about that, do we? We don't talk about how men are subjugated and objectified constantly all day long. Well, women, you're going to need to wake up soon here. Because, see, y'all outnumber us. There are 14 of you to every one of us. We're the special prize. We're the thing you need to worry about. And a whole generation of us, because of your neo-feminism, is deciding to go to sex dolls, robots, porn, and video games over you. So, hope that's a good thought of the day to start back on. Peace, y'all.